Hello, and welcome to another episode in this Derail Valley Overhauled series. You're hanging here today with me, Nico Fox, and we're going to be picking up somewhat where we left off last time. If you tuned in for that one or caught up on the replay, you will remember that we took some I believe it was hopper cars full of coal down to the steel mill from the coal mine. And we also had some empty flat cars that were headed down to harbor. And we made it to the steel mill, but due to some complications at the beginning of that stream, we didn't make it all the way to the harbor to drop off those flat cars. So we're going to be picking up today in the harbor, and you may be wondering, what happened in between. Well, I took the train down there, and I was going to record that and post it as like a follow-up. But, well, I made a mistake when I was recording, and I didn't have a backup save to record it again, so here's where we are, and we'll just have to live with this state. So we're going to be picking up today in the harbor, and let's fade on over to the game and get started. Alright, so you may have seen I did do some modding streams recently, and I was working on getting my persistent jobs mod compatible with Katie Cat's lovely passenger jobs mod, and I am pleased to say that I was successful in doing so. So we have some options here today. Looks like there's a little bit something going on here. Luckily, that recent update to the skin manager mod added a comms radio option to reskin vehicles, so we'll get a chance to look at the latest skin that I've put together, which whenever I get around to actually publishing this, I will be posting up on Nexus Mods. These skins based off of the Derail Valley Railworks and Transportation skin pack for the DE6. I've made a few skins for the DE2 to go along with that. And this is one of those. And we can see there's some nice striping on it, and we've got these little swoops at the ends. And then I even did a little bit of work on the inside just to make it a little bit different from the other ones. So let me know in the comments what you think of this particular skin. And of course, be on the lookout on Nexus Mods website for this to be posted up there pretty soon. Oh, I also decided to put this little thing here. So yeah, let me know what you think of that too. You think it's a good idea to have the map accessible right there, and the station overview pages as well. I think they might be a bit small to really read. But I guess if you zoom in, you can kind of read them. Yeah, I thought it'd be a nice little detail and potentially even useful as you play the game. So there's that. And but on over here, looks like there is no passenger cars spawned here, but that is all right. We will find those somewhere else, and hopefully we will get to that today. That is my hope. I would actually love to take, if there are any, I would love to take some of the gondolas. Here's some. as I just fling job booklets off the table here. Just taking a look around. There's always lots to do here at the harbor. And not seeing... Okay, this is Oil Well Central. That might be nice. It's Oil Well North, not really where we're headed, but this to City Southwest. I think I do kind of want to head off that way. So it could be nice to pick up some of those. Yeah, I think that is what we're gonna do today. Is we're gonna go ahead and take these 3 jobs right here, and I think total tonnage should not really be a problem. But I am tempted just to pick up that multiple unit license. That could be nice. Do I have any fees right now? I do have some. What have we got here? We've got emissions. Alright, no big problem. Just melting ice caps and concerned squirrels and some dead fish. Alright. Those are not good things, but go ahead and pay this fee. Alright, no fees. Let us pick up that license. Alright. Cool. Congratulations, we can use multiple locomotives from a single cab, connecting them by a compatible cable. Awesome. Let's see, what is the funds that we have here? I actually, looks like I do not have enough for, picking up these military licenses just yet. I could pick up one of them. I might do that. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, now. Just because I can. Got the cash for it, might as well. It's only going to reduce my time bonus, you see. Actually, somewhat significantly. Well, hopefully we'll still be able to get jobs done okay. Looks like this is a logistic haul. This is going to be a freight haul, but we will need to do some shunting for this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the yard and go ahead and find where these are. I'm guessing they might be over here, but they also might not. Actually, how many pickups does this one have? 3 pickups. Oh boy. And one of them is this. Buried deep in this part of the yard here. Oof. Okay. What? Oh man. 3 pickups? That means it's 1 car each. That is not cool. Probably this one over here. 81, yep. And let's take a look over here. It's probably this one. 81, that is the one. Alright, we have some train cars to move. It's begun to rain, I see. just a little bit from showers. Okay, let's see, what locomotives do we have here? We've got a couple DE2s, we've got a couple steamers, and then we've got the DE6 we were running last time, and another DE6 over here. I really like this livery, that like teal or like seafoam green color. It's just so good, so good. Anyway, let's go ahead and use this one. Since we'll get to experience this slightly different cab. Be a nice change of pace. Just checking in on the chat here while the brake pressure builds up before we are able to head on our way. And I will take a moment to remind folks too that if you've missed any episodes in the stream series and you want to catch up, there is a playlist on my channel and you can check that out. I'll link to it in the upper right hand corner of the video in the replay. But yeah, go ahead and check that out if you want to catch more of me playing this game. And if you do like what you see, do remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. I'll mention too, I'm pretty excited for next week because there is a new game that will be coming out, and I went ahead and pre-ordered it, so I think I will probably be doing some streaming of that next weekend. Perhaps starting Friday, perhaps starting Saturday, we will see. But yeah, so be on the lookout for some Star Wars Squadron streams coming up. I was just super excited when I heard that has VR support, and I think EA has taken definitely an approach that I am glad to see, although that kind of goes against some of the things that they've done recently, but I'm glad to see them doing it in that there's no microtransactions, just kind of you get what you get, and the game itself is only about $40, I think, for full price. Not sure if if ever it'll go on sale, but full price is only $40, which is not so bad compared to some other games which are, more expensive. And they justify that saying that since it's a limited experience, you'll only be in the cockpit of the starfighters. That's how they justify, I guess, to themselves and potentially the higher-ups in the company to swing that $40 price instead of making it more expensive. But I think that is a win. And I was also pleased to see when I visited their website that they opt you out of their cookies by default, at least the ones that aren't absolutely required. Whereas a lot of other websites will automatically opt you in and you have to manually opt out. So for all that EA has done in the past, perhaps, I'll say they're at least doing some things right, which is good to see. But anyway, right now we're playing the train game. And we should have waited a little longer. Now I hear some brake squealing, but I think we're doing all right. never really noticed those pipes over there. I don't know why I noticed them today. We are... We're looking good here. Looks like we are gonna be hitting nighttime here soon. Go a little faster than this. Fine. And you know what? While we're here, go ahead and do that. We can get ahead of the train here a little bit. Go ahead and get things set up and get ready to couple to this other main car here. Yeah. Come on. Let's go a little faster. Okay, that's fast enough. It's a little difficult to make very rapid adjustments to the controls via the remote. All right. Come on. There we go. All right. Yep, that sun is getting low. I'm gonna see if I can get a screenshot here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to pause things for a moment. Did find I was able to take flat screenshots, even in VR, but it does take a little bit of setup to get it right. There we go. Just needed to make sure that the game window was the focused window. And then I've got a keybind that I'm able to use. Here's those headlights. That's what we like to see. That's cool with the sun setting there. Let's wait just a moment more. Get a nice dusky glow going there. Alright, let's move these trains. While we're at it, let's also go ahead and start this job. Couple all the things, and then load them. Aye, aye. do that. Alright. Now, I did have some trouble with the flashlight mod recently, so you'll have to bear with me as I try to go flashlight-less today. I think it was around the time of the MU update. Something just kind of stopped working with that, and I haven't had the chance to look into it more than just reporting it to the mod author, and I haven't heard much of a response from him, so still waiting to figure out what's going on there. And for now, just having to live without a flashlight. Let's bump that up to notch 2, and we'll go ahead and take a look and see where these tracks are set for. Looks like we are set for this siding right here. And, you know, I think I'm just gonna go for it. Let's see if we can move all these with that single E2. And that's probably going to be plenty of throttle for now. But yeah, on the topic of the flashlight, my apologies if things are a bit dark during the nighttime here. I see you, Cube. But that's just something we're going to have to live with for the moment. See if I can maybe get a screenshot here. Some nighttime, rain time stuff. Yikes. Okay. That was a close one. Alright, let us go ahead and get these coupled up. And just gonna check on down the line here, make sure that we have everything coupled that we expect to, because we are trying to get that tank car out of this deep deep track here where it is stored behind many a flat car. This is gonna be a bit heavy, but I think we can do it. Alright, and checking behind. Yep. Here's where we make the cut. I suppose actually I will leave that one open. Alright, and I think we're going to do this with the remote. I'm going to try to move the control and not grab the remote out of my other hand. Alright, well, we have movement. That is promising. Get up to notch 3. See if we can get some speed here. Just enough. Thankfully, flat cars are pretty light, but they have been known to have some issues on wiggles and stuff, so we will see how this goes. I'm also kind of thinking now, I wonder what this switch is set to, and so I do need to be careful we're not coming too far around so as to have a collision with the caboose. I'll just keep my eye over here peeled for that that locomotive. Make sure we're not going too far. I do actually see the headlights coming over there. So, yeah, this is going to be close, but I think we will have it here. Yep, there it is. Across the way. Don't need to go too fast here, we just need to get this single tank car moved onto the loading track. Maybe we do need to go a little bit faster than that though. Alright, that should be plenty. Alright, and I think by this point it will be far enough off of the other track here that we have nothing to worry about. And switching on over to reverse. Come on. You got this. There we go. We are past that switch. We'll go ahead and throw it back on over for the storage track. Switch our locomotive to forward. And we'll move these flat cars back to where we got them. It is pretty handy to have the locomotive remote for stuff just like this. That should be plenty fast enough here. In fact, let's start applying some of these brakes. Slow things down a bit. as we do get things close to where they need to go. Alright, just a little further here. A bit more, please. And that's probably going to do it. Alright, I'll hop on down here. And should have just 2 more moves here and we'll be all loaded up. Not gonna take this super fast. We are just gonna be taking it back behind this switch and then turning around again. Come on. You can do it. I know there's an S-bend, but you've got this. Okay. Okay, that's plenty, thank you. Alright. Switching it on over to forward again. And this too will take at a pretty leisurely pace. Maybe a little faster than that though. Because we don't have too far to go, and then we will be pulling things up here. All right. Alright, let's hop back in the cab for this last move. And it looks like everything is set and ready to go. We're just waiting on a little bit of brake pressure. And then we will move this onto that loading track and we'll be set to load it up, and that'll actually be the end of it for this job. That should be plenty. Alright, train is fully loaded. Time to go turn it in. And we'll get to see how we did. Alright, actually we did do it under the time limit. Not the time limit, but rather the bonus time limit. Time limit for the bonus. We did move the cars into place and get them loaded up, and got a pretty nice payout. Wow, enough tasks to be 2 jobs worth, or 2 pages worth rather. Okay. All right. Hey, Lotter, welcome. And Alex Fly, welcome too. Hello to you. Just finished up a shunting load job here. It'd be this freight haul that it generated. And looking to take this with a couple other jobs here. This logistical haul to Oil Well Central, and then also this scrap metal job to Steel Mill. And it's a little bit dark out right now, and unfortunately I've been having some trouble with the flashlight mod, so please bear with the darkness. But we will get these trains hooked up here and ready to go shortly. I did just pick up the MU license, so I'm thinking I might like to toss a couple locomotives together just for the fun of it. But I'm gonna figure out what my strategy is first. With I guess first step is finding some of these jobs where the train cars are out here. But just for a little bit before you go to sleep. Aha, yes, time zones are rough sometimes. Glad you could join though, and hope that you are doing well today. And same to you, Later. Glad to see you on the chat once again, and to have you drop by, and hope you're doing well. And it does look like this is that logistics haul that we have headed to the oil well. And let's see, there is scrap metal is the other one we're looking for. I have a feeling it's not going to be in this yard. I have a feeling it's probably in the, I think it's the E yard is the transfer yard. And that is my guess for where we will find it. And let's get on the top of things here. See what we can see. Is that it over there? Aha! These are some gondolas. 65, is that the one? 65 is the one. And Alex, you say you're doing well and you'll try to drop by for a bit longer next time, but have a good one. Yeah, I hope you have a good rest, and I'll catch you some other time. Glad that you could drop by for a little bit today. All right. Thinking of how we should order these. I'm thinking probably scrap metal up front with the loaded tank cars in the middle, and then the empty tank cars at the back end. And of course followed up by the caboose. So let's go move some stuff around here. Actually, let's keep these coupled for now. We're gonna go ahead and move them on over and hook them on up to those empty cars in the G yard. I think it's G. Always kind of forget about that. Yes, G yard it is. Alright, we've got some brake pressure here. Let us go. I think I am going to want to back this out to the left here, and then we'll change directions so that the cars are on the yard side of the locomotive. And let's get this going a little faster here. Alright. This train is a bit heavier now that it is loaded. Need to not forget about that. Did throw that switch, yes, okay. So let's actually go ahead and hop out here. We'll go ahead and drive this train from the front. Well, if I had that flashlight, I could be the headlight of the train. But hopefully we get that back soon. I'm also curious to see once the vanilla game gets day and night cycles, what that will look like and what accommodations they will, the all future devs will provide for nighttime running. I imagine they'll have headlights, but perhaps too they'll have some flashlight item or something like that. It'd be pretty cool. And almost pretty much necessary, I'd say. Although, we can see I'm doing all right tonight, and certainly hoping that y'all can see all right. Although I know it may be a little bit more challenging to see what's going on in this stream today than usual. But thanks for being patient with that. And yeah. Get this switch thrown. That was maybe a bit much. Alright. Not bad. Come on. There we go. It is put away. We are connecting these rail cars together. And it is very dark. Okay. Alright. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and run over and pick up those scrap cars and bring them on back here. Let's roll off. Okay. Because perhaps the train brake hadn't quite repressurized yet. not remember at all which track that was on. I just remember it was over on this side. I think it's this one. Let's double check that. Yes. These are the gondolas we're looking for. I'm actually rather curious if anyone has seen the gray or green gondolas spawn into the game naturally. I know they exist because they're in the train spawner menu, but I've not actually seen them spawn at a station. I've only seen the red ones. If you have seen the green or gray ones, do let me know down in the comments. Or in the chat right now, if you're watching live. I'm just super curious about that. Right, let us hook these up. We will get them over to the rest of the train. Want to double check that, yeah, these are uncoupled at this end. Alright, we're waiting for some brake pressure here. Just a little longer. Alright, we are on our way, although not very far, just over to the other yard. I think I can sense the weight of these. These might be the heaviest cars in this consist that we're making here. Certainly looks like they're about 60 tons apiece. Compared to roughly 50 tons a piece, actually a bit less than 50 tons a piece for the loaded tank cars. So these are some of the heaviest ones that will be in this train. Let us step outside. That's the passenger track. And the one beyond it is the one where we want to get off. Double checking we are all synced up here. Alright. Let's slow things down here a bit. Looking forward to the sun coming up again here. It'll be nice to be able to see what we are doing. I think probably having to overcome some of the train brake here. I know I had to actually apply a fair amount of it in order to get this to stop. Wish that the moon was out tonight. We'd have a little bit more light if it was. Oh. Alright, that might have been a little rough. Fingers crossed. Whew. Okay. Well, don't mind me having a heart attack here. And it looks like that one is already open. Hard to see light, but it does look like that is the case. And we're mostly set up here, so I am going to take a little break for a moment. I need to attend to a few items here before we get underway, but do please hold on and we'll be right back. Alright, I am back here and ready to get started with this freight haul. Let's fade on back over to the game and get things going here. Alright. There we go. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and move this locomotive back to its track. You know what, actually, I think before I do that, I'm gonna go grab the caboose and move it on to the end of our train, so we have that. But then once that's done, we will go ahead and get started. Well, and I say get started by get started with this freight haul. We've already been started. I think we're gonna take it around the other side, so I will throw that switch in anticipation of doing that. Who knows, perhaps by the time this is all set and ready to go, it'll be morning, and we'll get to do the freight haul in the daylight hours. Wouldn't that be nice? There is that caboose that we are going to get. Speaking of daylight, all right. Caboose get. I think we maybe make those lights a little less harsh, and then this I think should make for a pretty good screenshot. If I get in the right position for it, maybe something like that. Maybe I do actually want the wider field of view. Something like this, perhaps? I don't know. Alright, let's get moving. Just couldn't waste the early morning glow there. I will mention that, well, it's a little less obvious now, but I did add lights to the caboose as part of the locomotive lights mod. You know, it's kind of branching out a little bit from being strictly locomotive lights, but is nevertheless lighting in the train car there. And there are lights in the passenger cars as well. So no need to be completely in the dark when using those train cars. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and run through the passenger yard for this. I'll also restore that switch over in the transfer yard, so it doesn't come as a surprise later. that is the passenger storage track there, so we've got another switch yet after this one before we are clear and ready to turn around again. I never really noticed that bridge there. Oh, that's gonna be way too early. All right. Whoa. Uh-oh. Something has gone wrong. Please hold. What's on here? I've just got a gray screen in my Alright, I think we have got the system rebooted, and we should be set and ready to go again, so let's get to it. I think we are far enough here. Yeah, we are plenty far. I'm getting my bridges confused here. Saw that bridge over there, and I thought it was the bridge back here. Alright, and you know what? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and operate the train from back here, although because I've restarted the game, I will need to repair the locomotive again, which is a little bit silly. Ah, come on. Come on. On the deck. There we go. Alright. We are in reverse. I think that's right. Yep, there we go. We will yet get this train underway. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if we'll get to a passenger job today. We shall see though. Alright, let's take this a little faster. That's good enough. Plenty. I wonder if perhaps this bridge is new from some of the track rework that they were doing in order to make some of the curves a little less tight. I think the track may have previously gone through over here. But, you know, it's a nice little detail. Gotta hand it to them for that. Let's try to throw these switches here. That's one of them. And that's the other one. The independent brake is not on this side of the train. Otherwise, I would use it to assist in stopping here. But I think we'll be doing all right with just the locomotive independent itself. There we go. Nice and easy. You know, before I go and dump all of my brake pressure, I'm gonna want to close up this side first, as I did leave the brake pipe open on the rest of this train. So, there we go. Alright, time to put this shunter away, and then we can get on our way. We'll do it. We'll go around the back. Get a little view of a side of the yard that we don't normally do much on. I'm interested if this route over here will one day have a purpose. That would be nice. Perhaps when we get the villages and additional cargo types update, I think is what it's listed on the Community Unlocks page as. Maybe that'll be when some of these currently empty tracks start to see some use. Should be set to go straight through. Oh, we got another locomotive spawn in there. Not enough. Almost there. There we go. Alright, let's get this put away. Alright, all shut down, and we are ready to get some road locomotives ready to go. As much as I would love to take one of these steam locomotives out, I do think today is going to be a diesel day, and I'm thinking that I want to use that MU feature whether or not I need it. Maybe another question, but I think it will be fun to check it out. So let's hop in the cab here and get this one powered up, and we'll get it linked up to that other DE6. We're waiting for a little bit of brake pressure here. that's right about where we want it. Alright, that is the track that we want. I'm not really sure it matters. Alright, lots of cables to connect here. We've got brake hoses. We've got MU cables, which go above, I think? Whoa! Nice little crackle and sizzle there of the electronics as they connect together. That's quite something to behold, all the connections there. And I guess we don't really need to power that one on just yet. Oh, you know what? I think we do need to take off. Oh, you know. But, yes, it has done it because they are connected together. Very cool, very cool. DJ, hello. How is it going? Glad to have you on the stream today. Just getting prepared to take a freight haul here up towards Steel Mill, and got a few cars for Oil Well Central and City Southwest as well. But yeah, glad to have you here, and how are you doing? Now, this is something I wonder, because this engine is not turned on, but it is part of this MU consist. And it does look like we may be able to run the train from here, even if the other locomotive, or even if this locomotive is not turned on. Ha 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 ha! Okay, that is pretty great. I guess this way, if we don't need the power of both locomotives, we can keep one in reserve while we use the other one in case we run out of fuel or any other resource like that. That is a nifty little way to use the multiple unit train control. And I think we're gonna want this switch that we're approaching here now. That ought to do it. Nice and quiet when we're in the the cab car rather than the power car. Alright, we are nearly ready to go here. The last few preparations. And yeah, that is the train there that we'll be hauling today. Been a little while in the making, I suppose, but we're here now. It's actually probably past noon game time. Oh, and I have to pick up job booklets again. I did have to restart the game. Let me make sure I get the right ones here. And there's another one to Oil Well Central. Where did that one go? Oh, I think this one might be it. Oh, Oil Well Central. That is the one. Alright. Let's go. Where? Brakes are pressurized and we are ready to hit the high rail. High iron, I don't know, whatever. The main stuff. Alright, prepared with this locomotive now. That will be good to have going for us. There's any implications on the independent brake for this one not running, but it looks like there are not. that's good. Guess it's just a heavy drain. Alright, as we get on our way here, let's take a look. Either headed to Steel Mill. Looks like we'll be taking them to A6I. Okay. If we can get caboose in the view, something like that. Alright, just looking ahead here. Looks like we do have our track set. We headed outbound and up towards Steel Mill. Definitely not long enough of a train to justify firing up the other locomotive, but we will have it in reserve at least. Starting to climb a hill here. So we'll need to throttle up for that. Track is set. It's actually pretty dark in here without the lights on. Tail end of our train is past that tight curve there, so we can a little bit more speed, although we do have another 40-kilometer-an-hour curve coming up. Hey there, Shy Kitten 55. If you're asking about the throttle being set to full off or full on, I can tell you why I turn it off, and that is to conserve fuel. As for why I throttle up, I usually only do it when I need it. So we are pulling this train up a pretty steep grade here. I think this is one of the more steep ones in the game. And just making sure that we can actually pull it up this hill. But you can see as I do get up to speed here, I am throttling back. Probably should be going a little slower than I am right now. We do have the tail end of our train to be thinking about, and maybe just making sure that we get it up this hill. Yeah, I hope that answers your question, and I'm glad that you could join the stream here today. Thanks for chiming in and joining in on the conversation, and I hope you've been enjoying the stream as much as you've been watching. It's going usually from full off to full on. So now I mentioned it, you are using more intermediate values. Yeah, I think probably just you happened to catch me when I was going up a steep hill. So that's why that was happening. Go figure that as soon as you ask something, something changes and it's no longer applicable, right? And you say you missed the start? You joined it as I was leaving the harbor. Gotcha. This is going to be good where we're at here. We are coming up to another slow curve. That's a pretty nice view. Let's slow things down a little bit here. Am I using any mods for the outside light? I'm assuming that you're talking about the headlights, and yes, that is a mod that I've made called, I think I called it Locomotive Lights, but it is available on Nexus Mods, and there is a link down in the description of the video, or stream, as the case may be, where you can hop on over to Nexus and find all of the mods that I'm using here today are linked down there. For the outside light, perhaps then you meant, if you're mentioning clouds, you are maybe thinking of the procedural sky mod. And yes, that is also linked down in the description, and it sets up a day-night cycle, as well as clouds and rain as well. I know you said you just had just tuned in when I was leaving the harbor, so you probably missed the sprinkle of rain that we got while I was shunting over the night. I say night, but I've set it up to be about 90 minutes per day. So there was that. And that is all done by the Procedural Sky mod, which is really great work done by a member of the Derail Valley Discord server who goes by the name of Cybex. And I've helped out with it a little bit too, but I'd say he's put in the bulk of the work on that, and it's really turned out quite well. You're still not able to use it, you don't have a PC. Does the rain make it a problem? So the rain is at this point just visual. There is no, it has no impact on the physics. But yeah, it's cool to see at the very least, and perhaps someday that could be added. I see we are transitioning over to nighttime here. The sun has just set. And the lights on the locomotive are much more necessary now. This may actually be a good time to go ahead and throttle down. I think it should be fairly flat here. We can keep the speed that we've built up. And your VR headset does make it a whole new level for how it looks compared to other people who don't and just use the standard screen. Well, glad to hear that things are a little bit different here, and hopefully that is enjoyable to see. I have a mod that I'm running as well that gives the camera that you're seeing a little bit wider field of view than normal, as so that what I'm seeing is roughly what you're seeing, and I can better frame what I'm showing you. It adds a little bit of smoothing to it too, so you don't get all the wibble wobbles of my head as I look around. Let's see, we are coming up on that junction, and I think we'll need to be going no greater than 70 kilometers an hour. Ah, the moon is out. Nice. Seen a speed sign in a little bit. A little suspect. What? Reels? Ugh. Oh, jeez. Alright, what happened? Oh gosh. What? Oh, this did derail. Oh, what's our damage? Oh, yikes. Really bad. Heck. What happened? Oh man, did this entire thing, I think, just got obliterated. Oh. Oh. This one had fuel in it, didn't it? Cargo is fine. Interestingly enough. Alright. Well, let's deal with this. You know, I'm gonna spend a little extra money, put it down here. Okay, or not. Oh, that's really far. There we go. What? Come on. There we go. Okay. Are any of these? These are... This one is also derailed, but that's, I think, the only one. Alright, I'm just gonna go down the line here and check. I think it is just those two. The rest of these are just, I don't know, scrunched up or something. Yeah, okay. So when you take pictures, is it an Android phone, iPad, or real camera? Not exactly sure what pictures you're talking about, but you are talking about in-game pictures, screenshots. That is just the kind of built-in Steam capability to take screenshots while you're playing a game by pressing F12. I've set up a key binding for my VR system. And yeah, a flashlight would be good. Just being silly. Yeah. I appreciate the humor. I apologize for the fact that humor doesn't always translate the best via text. So sorry for not picking up on that. But yeah, a flashlight would be good. Luckily though, we do have the light of the moon right now. Otherwise it would be a bit darker. And there is a flashlight mod, but last time I was using it, I did have some problems. And I wasn't able to do much more than report that to the mod author at the present moment. But yeah, I don't think they've had a chance to take a look into it yet, and I have not had a chance either. Yeah, I'm gonna be lazy. I normally try to not use those buttons, but sometimes I just get lazy. So how do the derail cars show up as opposed to ones which are not? I guess the only way that I have found to be able to tell is when you take the comms radio, you set it to the re-rail mode. If a train car is derailed, it will have a blue like bounding box appear around it. when you scan over it in that mode. What's going on here? Oh, that'll do it. That will indeed do it. But, yeah, I think as for the flashlight mod, they did not implement a battery drain feature, although that would be pretty interesting. Maybe you could recharge it in the caboose on the remote control charging stand that's in there. Alright. I think that is it. We are all coupled up again, and hopefully should be ready to go in a moment once the brake pipes pressurize. I get the sense that this is... What? Alright, something is still amiss. What is it? Do I have pressure through here? No. Okay. Well, so much for making any sort of time bonus here. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why that's launching off into space there. Ugh, so many train cars to check. And this is not even really that long of a train. Where is this problem? Oh, I hear some air. That'll do it. I actually think that these may not be coupled. Oh, time to grab that remote again. Well, that is interesting. Let's see if I can do something about this. Can I take this and like... Alright, that'll do it. That one's open. Let's open that one up. I think that might be everything. I have no idea what happened here. Yeah, that sounds good. That is the sound we like to hear. Alright, well, now that that is over, the caboose thing would make an interesting spin on the flashlight lifespan. Yeah. Go halfway down the train, check the pressure there. Yeah. Go halfway. Yeah, nice binary search. Yeah. But we found it. Let me go ahead and turn off the lights in this locomotive just to save some processing power for my computer. Ah, right in the cab. Come on, there we go. Alright. Alright, I think the brakes are all charged up now. We can get a move on here. Finally. So close to our destination too. Alright, we are getting underway again here. Slowly but surely. Bringing this train back up to speed, and of course doing it just to probably slow it down again, because I'm going to want to leave most of the train behind this Y here, so that we can go drop off the scrap metal at the steel mill. Do I find the VR headset immersive, and do I like to use it? I do find it immersive. I really like playing Derail Valley much more in VR than I do on the desktop. And for me personally, I feel like if Derail Valley was a flat screen desktop only experience, I would not be quite as interested in playing it as I am, given the fact that it is a VR game. As for immersiveness of VR itself, there's a little something to be wished for. Some minor improvements that could be made. I know I had previously been running on an Oculus Rift, one of their OG versions, and I did at some point switch to a Vive Cosmos, and I gotta say, I know I've read some things since then, since picking up the Cosmos, that do mention that it's like kind of one of the worst systems on the market in terms of accuracy, and I can certainly feel that some days, and I honestly think that the screen door effect is worse, or at least more noticeable in this headset than it was in the Vive headset, or rather in the Oculus headset, which is saying something because the Oculus system was much older than this Vive system. But I do enjoy it, and I do like the immersiveness of it. Yes, immersiveness? Yeah, I think that's the right word. I do like the immersiveness of it. Oh, immersive it is. There we go. If in doubt, use an entirely different phrase. So do I also have a monitor connected at the same time? I do have a monitor connected, just for the sole fact that, you know, the VR system is connected to my computer. And I actually have 2 monitors connected to my PC. There it is. Just reaching around in the dark here. Don't mind me. Alright, let's take this scrap metal to its destination. So, I mean, as far as overall, better is a hard thing to describe. Because, I mean, it depends on what you are trying to optimize for. I'm personally not a fan of some of the recent changes that Oculus has gone through with being owned by Facebook. And so, I mean, as far as their hardware is concerned, you know, they have some of the cheapest hardware on the market, and you know, from what I've experienced in their first version, and from what I've heard from others, you know, it's perfectly good hardware. But I'm not a fan of their you know, policies around user accounts, and I'm also not a fan of the fact that they've essentially forced obsolescence on me. I had been running. It was a fairly old computer, about 7 years old. At the time that I did replace it, but you know, they essentially, you know, put out an update one day, and their software popped up and said your graphics card is no longer supported, and so therefore you cannot use the system at all. On this computer, and so I was just out of luck. Until I did replace that computer, but then I did pick up the Vive Cosmos system. I did get it because I wanted to experiment a little bit with the inside-out tracking that it has, and I also was interested because it has a wireless option, which I haven't gone down that route yet, and I don't know if I will, but it was at least somewhat appealing. And I did put it originally on the older PC, and sure enough, it gave me a warning that, like, my computer didn't meet the minimum specs, but as long as I click the button that says, you know, I accept the risk. I mean, I'm willing to take the risk that my PC doesn't meet the minimum specs and run it anyway. You know, it ran just fine. And honestly, I did turn down, like, game graphics settings and stuff. But as far as, you know, actually tracking and keeping up with the overhead of VR, it had no problem. So, yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of the Oculus for that reason alone. And then just to add on top of that the whole Facebook account thing, and I'm like, no thank you. I will not touch Oculus stuff again. I think we stopped a little prematurely here. Luckily we are on a hill and we can just let it coast. Not so sure about that. I'm gonna let it go a little bit further. That should be enough. Alright, let's take a peek. This is headed to A6I. Let's find that track. It looks like it's gonna... Wait, A6... Oh, interesting. I didn't actually realize that any of these A tracks here at the steel mill were designated as, like, inbound. I thought they were all storage. That is cool. Cool to see that, and we shall get this train coming in here. We need to give it a little bit more power, get it over that hill. Yeah, I see you're hoping for Santa Claus to find favor upon you and bring you a gift of a personal computing machine. Well, I hope for your sake as well that that turns out in your favor. That would be pretty cool. You get to play the game that you want to and all that. Alright, just waiting for this train under a nice starry night, although it's a bit cloudy. Alright, yeah, that is plenty fast. Let's take a look. Luckily this track is entirely empty, so nothing to worry about in terms of other trains to not collide with. Let's see if we can push this back a little further. And that should be plenty. Alright, let's turn this job in. Well, no time bonus on that one. Oh well. Still money. No damage to these cars, although I'm not looking forward to seeing that damage bill for the tank cars. should be able to operate this remotely and just meet it out at the junction here. And you say another thing for a mod, a flashlight of sorts, put at the end of the train, red in color when backing up at night so you can see the end of the train. Yeah, something like that would be pretty cool. Some sort of like lantern would be pretty neat. Could maybe like hang it on the coupler or something like that. Alright, I see some headlights there. That is promising. There's a train. Whew. That is dark. Alright, and like we did before, well, you know what? Let's just leave them on. Let's see how it goes. Alright, let's get back to the rest of our train then. We will yet finish these jobs. Looks like this is perhaps going to be one of my longer sessions. You know, that's okay. Although I will say, IRL, I'm getting a little hungry. I'm probably looking forward to wrapping this up once these jobs are complete. Back here somewhere. Question is where? I do actually rather like having the other locomotive be the power unit. A nice little reprieve from all of the noise of the engine. Alright, let's slow things down here. let's slow things down here a lot more. Alright. Oh, could have sworn that I had gotten close enough. Hill may be a bit much. Let's put the brakes on first, then we'll take the throttle off. And now we should be able to get this coupled up. There we go. Those have launched themselves into space. Sure. Okay. That wraps things up over in this cab. Time to hop on over here. We will need to wait a moment for that brake pressure to build up. Let's see, can I see the switch from here? Yes, I can. There we go. All right. Okay. I think we have enough to get going. Let's take off the independent brakes. We actually will probably even just start rolling, but I'm going to use some fuel. Make the process go a little faster. I think it did slip down the hill a little bit after, well, between when I cut throttle and when I set the brakes. So that would explain why I was not close enough to couple the train up back there. And there's pretty much no chance of getting the time bonuses anymore. So I'm in no particular rush. I can do things economically. Begin to see the light of day. actually going to be time. We need to head to... Oh, you know what? I can do this. I can do this differently, can't I? There we go. Jump. That's the word I'm looking for. All right. We are hooked up to that locomotive. I actually want to be on this side of the train. Actually, this might be a perfect opportunity to test out the... up here. I can get up here. Come on. If I... No, I'm just gonna crouch down IRL. There we go. Alright. Start slowing things down here. Let's actually, let's slow them down a bit more. Alright, we are just kind of coasting into the station here. This next drop that we have is the logistic hull, headed to B6S. And in order to do that, we'll need to leave the caboose on the main line. And then go ahead and move those tank cars into position and spot them on that storage track. Alright, but I do want to try to get this caboose as close as I can to the other side of the yard, so I don't have to come back too far to pick it up. I'm actually kind of wondering, I might be able to do this. Actually make use of the independent brake here. Yeah. We'll leave the caboose there for now. And then 6S is going to be over that away. I just need to come on down past the switch. Maybe I can stay on the train car, that would be nice. Nearly there now. That's too early. Taking a look at what locomotives happen to spawn here. Looks like it just got one of the Valley cargo shunting locomotives. I do see that got a new message in the chat to catch up on. I will get to that in a moment, and but I don't need to concentrate quite as intensely. Alright, yes, Shy Kitten, say, what is the bright white circle reflected in the glass? Yes, I think it was the sun. No worries. No need to apologize. There is also a light in the caboose. There's some interior lighting that the Locomotive Lights mod adds. So it was entirely possible that it could have been some of that too, but I think it was just the sun. Right, we will need to move things back a little further here. Yep, okay. Well, let's not be lazy. I'm right here. I can do this. Alright, and... now we can move the rest of the train onto the siding. And let's actually take it a little bit further than that. Make sure we definitely clear this switch. I think that's plenty. Alright, time to turn in this task. And see how much we owe for damaging those rail cars. Alright, pretty good payout, pretty good. Let's take a look at the damage. Ouch. That is a lot of money. That is more money than I have right now. Yeah, yeah, pretty much every single car was completely destroyed. And I don't even know why. Because, yeah, that seemed to be like a glitch or something. Well, I only need to pay 24,000. Okay. That seems reasonable. Thank you, insurance, I guess. But I won't deal with that just yet because I think I'm just gonna go finish this last task here. And I think this is all uncoupled. Yep. All good to go. Now, let's just, let's use the remote here. To the normal plane of existence. Alright, we don't need to go super far. We're just gonna move out of the yard here and pick up our caboose once again, and then we will be on our way to City Southwest for the culmination of the stream today. And as I am pushing the train, why did you bother connecting the coupling? You only need to do the brake airline, yes. Yeah, I do only need to do the brake line. I just tend to do the coupling anyway. Perfect. Alright. Alright, let's grab that boost. Once we do that, we'll be set to finish this trip. This one, oh, I see, I have to hold it out here. There we go. Now it's charging. Alright, getting these coupled up. Let's also hop aboard here, as we do need to release the independent brake. There we go. Handbrake is released on the caboose. We should be all set to roll out. if City Southwest has diesel service. It does. That is good, because we may just need it. A little preview here and see where these last 3 cars are headed. T3I. Right down the middle. Okay. Far enough away from the track. Wondering, like, can I give the cube a high five as I pass? The answer is no. Alright, looks like the switches are set. Hello. Alright, let's actually move this a little further along. I kind of forgot what my plan was here. Hey, we got passenger cars, nice. Alright, good to see those spawning. Get some sunshine out there, we sure can. Alright, we are gonna take a look here. We don't have anything on this track. What locomotive do we have here? We have a little shunter. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's just reverse straight on in here. And we will take care of the caboose later. Yeah, let's do it. It would help to do this, wouldn't it? Alright, that is plenty fast enough. Looks like we will be done here pretty shortly. Going to see if I can hop on up here. I like the other side better. Really, for this, we ought to just be up in that lead locomotive. We can see plenty fine from here when we have passed the switches. looks like we are well enough past here. Actually, let's go ahead and put that full on. We'll shut things down here for today. Go turn this last job in. And then it'll be time to sign off. Alright. Got some damage here too. Yep. Not too bad though. And still making some amount of money. Luckily that insurance coverage should help. I'll only have to pay $24,000 before that kicks in. So yeah, helping us protect our profits a little bit here. But yeah, I think next time we can go ahead and take a look at some of these. Nice passenger cars here. Nice to see them spawning into the world. If I can, want to get a good vantage point up here. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. Look down and see the yard filled with passenger cars. Nice, all lined up, ready to go. And yeah, that'll be next time. But thank you so much for joining me today. If you did like what you saw, do be sure to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to be notified of when I go live in the future, do be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications as well. And Shy Kitten, yep, thank you for joining me, and I will see you around. Hope to see you back again soon. Take care, y'all.